As you notice with Moore's, it was all necrotic and psychic damage. All of it.
And also, I've realized I'm sort of an idiot. Well, more of sort of an idiot. Because I should have chose Fly more than Flame Stride. I don't know, actually, but Flame Stride does more damage with Mantle of Flame. Fly I could flavor it sort of like a Phoenix
Phoenix
Wing,
wings.
Fiery Wings, yeah.
You also might fall out of the
'Cause
fucking sky, though.
yeah. But it gives it more of the uncontrollable fire magic theme, right?
Sure. I imagine Colin using Flame Stride as in just
Flame
putting
Stride
on
works
boots
better.
that on fire.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can make it so wild magic happens on a 1 or a 2 instead of just on a 1. Because I want wild magic.
Mission first.
Well, but
I'm also going to be
After
using
we love
I'm
what
not.
magic is you. So let's ask the
Astro, I assure
Yeah.
you, you're going to be seeing enough of it normally, because you don't just get it on a 1. You also get it when you use, like, your abilities, like a free advantage and stuff. The DM
Yeah, I'm
gets
gonna
a
be using
chance.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, also, we're on the Underdark. What's the wild magic surge?
We haven't
So
run
Tides
into
of-
any of it yet.
Okay, so the DM has control over when Tides of Chaos happen.
wait,
Believe
where
so.
are you playing the Pixie?
Yeah.
Or
The little sprite
where
game.
are you?
Now I can't.
What game?
It's my backup for Archon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In case Orion dies, which might happen here, because they have
Come on,
advantage.
guys,
and
we
we'll
say
always,
that too much.
and
No.
we always does a lot of damage.
Orion's faced death at least 4 times in not that long.
Four times
Not
in
that
2
long.
weeks.
Yesterday.
Keep in mind, we are
4 times in
somewhat
2
low
weeks.
level, guys.
Sorry?
Yeah.
We are somewhat low level.
Mm-hmm.
He has faced this 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we're level 5. We probably shouldn't be in the Underdark at all.
Probably.
Yeah, but
No.
IAG promotion boost, a
Did
lot.
we have
Also-
much of a choice in the matter of going to the Underdark?
No.
Pretty sure we did.
Yeah.
We don't have a say in it, I don't think.
Well, here's the thing. We had a choice. We could have said no, but that would have been something they would have remembered when considering negotiations with the IAG.
Exactly. So, like, we had the option, but we didn't really.
This wasn't like the Steel Veins asked, and Fortune's like, "Oh, please do it." No, this is This is like the fucking Grand Inquisitor himself asked, and it's a big token thing. Sean, I know you want attention, but can you please calm down? My cat has decided she wants all of the attention.
Holy shit.
And is like jumping on my back and stuff if I bend over.
Yeah, give it to her.
I am.
Let him scratch your neck.
I've got one hand on my mouse and my other hand on my pussy. Don't worry.
That's going into quotes. I'm gonna put that there for all you guys.
Okay. What were we doing? What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're level 5. Now here's a disturbing thing. There's like 12 Will-O-Wisps. If I'm not mistaken, they're CR3. That's bad, guys. That's very bad.
Wait, pixies are CR3? Or
No,
wisps?
Will-O-Wisps.
Wisps, yeah.
I think. I don't know. If we're lucky, there's CR1, but even then there's like 12 of them.
I think they
If they're
attacked last time.
CR3, we are fucked.
Let's see their damage. So per hit they do 2d6 and they're
Oh.
the 3d6.
I'm down to 9.
That's bad.
And
3d6. And they have a debuff, like stun effect and shit like that, if I'm not mistaken.
And they have advantage
they can drain
because
your
that's
max
equation.
HP.
Oh,
And they have
no.
advantage because that's equation.
Oh really?
Apparently, that's what William said at the end of the last session.
That
the
is
end
the
of
case.
yesterday.
Also, here's another fucked
So-
thing. Will-o-wisps like to eat life of things that are waning. So if any of us go down, they're gonna swarm the downed person.
Well, let's hope that William forgot that aspect of them.
Yeah, we could hope.
That part.
We could
No, I'm
hope.
pretty
Ryan's
sure he
gonna-
mentioned it.
Ryan's
I'm
gonna
pretty sure you mentioned it
die,
yesterday.
isn't he? I don't want Ryan
Yeah,
to die.
as long as Freaky doesn't say anything, we'll be fine.
I mean, Fortune's
He
also
does
on the
remember.
front lines, guys.
I don't want Ryan
Oh
to
yeah,
die.
William does remember.
Fortune's on the front lines, guys.
Again, this is William. He remembers things, even from the
Yeah,
first
like-
session.
Oh.
That 10 isn't even decent. Dude.
You know, like, it's come to the point where Ryan going into the front lines hasn't even been entirely my fault. The
Front line
will-o-wisps
literally
were-
materialized in front of him.
like it. The will-o-wisps encounter was sort of my fault because I went in to investigate before the frontliners.
We have one frontliner.
Yeah.
I mean, I think William sent this at us because, the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
And-
we have the guards as frontliners too, so
And as long as we just defend the downed people, we'll be fine.
problem is if the pixies go before the downed people are fucked.
Pixies?
No,
Oh,
Damn it,
Lord.
will-o-wisps!
they're tiny creatures with like blobs of light. I'm guessing they don't have that much HP.
Yeah, I hope so.
Probably not.
They're also ghostly undead.
Oh.
You know what that
Or
means?
resistance
So,
to-
high AC?
That
So
means
they have the high AC?
no. That means that they have
Resistance.
they have resistance to almost every damage type, and immunity to
I'm
non-magical
good.
weapons.
Radiant
probably.
time.
The most important thing: are they immune to fire, or just resistant?
Probably resistant.
I mean,
like-
they're balls of fire. I don't know.
No, they're
No, they're
not. They're
not.
spectral light.
Mm-hmm. They're shining dust.
I don't know. I've never fought with always before. Only once, but that was at level 10. In TOA.
That was so insignificant that you don't even remember what they are. Yeah. Wait, TOA. We fought will-wisps in TOA.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them.
Oh yeah, that's probably so insignificant.
Yeah, you just proved your own point. There, good.
Hmm. Oh, I wonder which one of them is the art director. I wonder, just who could possibly be the art director? Edible dice. Fuck you, eats dice, the party not knowing they're edible. I think the roughest part would be you get like a dice that just rolls nat 20 after nat 20 after nat 20 after nat 20. It's just like, this thing's gonna like slowly, a little bit at a time, every time I roll it, melt in my hand.
I want to get those sugar dice just so I can bring them to a table and like if one of them starts rolling badly, into dice jail you go. Oh.
It's or literally, yeah, you could do it like that, or you could just be rolling it normal. Do that for like 4 sessions, and then out of nowhere, just nonchalantly, not even looking at it, be sitting there reading something on your sheet, and just take one of the dice out of your bag and eat it. See if anyone even fucking notices.
You have rolled your
You've rolled your last one.
Like I'd roll it, I'd use it a lot during the sessions, and then at some point it gets a shitty nat it gets a nat 1 at a terrible time, and I just stand up, point at the die, you've rolled your last roll, and to pick it up and eat it.
You've eaten your
It's
last.
pretty huge.
And then look at all my other edible dice. Treat this as an example.
Necromancer and lizard folk arguing over who gets the body. Greg Clark desperately searching for that 300 GP diamond. The rogue who's already looting the corpse. God damn it.
I feel like this is a party when we have them.
Moore's and Iran.
Yeah.
It's over Corral's body.
Rocket. It is looking for the diamond.
Yeah. And, Thumper, or, Basher is already looting the corpse. So yeah, it's literally, yeah, that's it.
It's just our TOA party.
That's great. No, Ron, you're not allowed to eat my undead. I see you eat the dead one. Yes, but that's because I can't get sick, and also they're mine.
The barbarian. My new player makes a barbarian with 17 in. Oh, wise one. What is the key to victory? Knowledge. Knowing is half the battle. What is the other half? Violence. The other half is violence.
Oh, yes. Sitting there with an 18 intelligence fighter. It's not an Eldritch Knight. Brute fighter. My brain is only matched by my muscles.
I mean, Orion is close. He's got a 16 intelligence.
Does he have a high strength score?
No.
Then, it's not the same.
No, it's not. But it's still a high intelligence fighter.
My brain had a bit, but it's gone. No, my brain! Yeah, no, I can't find it again. But, hey, Marley, you've already clogged that corner of the box into non-existence. How about you stop? Can you stop? You fluffy son of a bitch.
Fuck off, cat.
The Baked Potato Company. She's dead. Sasha's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got just the video for that. Hold on.
You know, it'd be a better, kick that kid while he's down. But, it would have been better if just all these, like, serious characters and stuff, they all die in the end. It's just Sasha there. With her fucking potatoes and her meat. Just the only survivor. Ah, yes. Yeah! I can show you the way, DD word. I can't do it right now. No one hits like Gaston, no one crits like Gaston, no one on page 206 like Gaston. God. People say Gaston's a ranger, but he never shows any sign of magic. He's actually either a scout rogue with a good strength score, or he's a hunter-y type, archer fighter.
Yeah.
That still reminds me.
He's
That's
a
something
buff bard.
Monster Hunter fighter?
he's not a buff bard because he never does magic. But that reminds
But
me.
he sings.
So anyone can have performance. Boris is a fucking sorcerer.
That's what he sings good.
You could just take performance proficiency.
Yeah, like if Orion got performance proficiency, he could sing too.
Yeah. But that's still there's still something I wanted to make, which was like the super noble. So
Oh my god.
if you ever look at the noble sheet, you start seeing like there's a little bit of a fighter here. So what you do is you got to get yourself split mail, which is Brigadine, the wasp thin waist Brigadine, the big poofy sleeves, noble background. Make sure you take the squires and stuff, so you're like you're sort of the knightlier type noble. And okay, you do that. Rapier, high dex, just enough strength, like 14 will do. Get yourself defensive duelist and the dueling fighting style. And that's all I have so far. There's more though. Ah yes, giving a tiny dragon a single gold coin. I wonder where William is. He was online. He's in game.
He said he was gonna be late. Not sure what he's doing.
Okay. No. No comical. A cat's love bites do not make you bleed. They're not that painful. They don't bite down as hard. No one fucks like Gaston, no one sucks like Gaston, no one bends on right over and takes cock like Gaston. There you go. You'll never unhear that. I'm gonna share that with my chemist friend who's gonna love it.
Oh my god. Okay, that actually reminds me. We were in metalwork class, and somebody put a pipe into the forge, but he forgot to check what was in it first.
Oh no.
So he forgot to check what was inside, and then I was working on a piece, and I just looked up, and the forge was smoking, and I was a little bit out of it, so I was like, huh, I don't think that's supposed to happen. But I kept working, and I went to put my thing back in the forge, and I look inside, and there's it's like a flare.
Oh no,
It
there
was
was
like a
magnesium
flame.
in there, wasn't it?
No, there wasn't, thankfully.
If it was burning
But-
like a flare.
Like, it was burning out both ends, like not quite. Well, that was the first thing my brain thought, like flare, but yeah, and it was so cool. But we had to get it out of the forge really quickly and out of the shop because don't think we want to breathe that in.
No. No, you don't. Did you ever find out what was in the pipe?
Well, the fire was green, so I'm assuming some sort of copper-based compound,
Hmm.
or just copper.
It should be fine if that's the case. Oh. Oh dear. That's a me roll. 3 nat 1s in a row with acceptable numbers on the other side.
No, your rolls would be 3 nat 1s in a row and also trashed numbers on the other side, but only if you had an advantage.
Exactly.
So that 11, he had advantage on that one.
I either rolled great twice or roll poorly twice.
This is very weird.
What?
The Order of Scribes subclass that I have with Kale, I usually look at it in D&D Beyond, but it's not there anymore. And I'm looking at D&D Wikidot, and it's completely it's pretty different.
What's not there?
Order of
Order of
Scribes?
Scribes subclass. Like I actually have to.
It may have gone
I actually
updated
have to.
because
Check 5e
UA.
tools.
Yeah.
No,
hold
5e
on.
what?
5e tools.
Yeah, music.
Here we go. And shitposting.
No.
It is by far my favorite thing
If you go to D&D Wikidot and keep scrolling down, there's Archived Unearthed Arcana, so there's Order of Scribes from Unearthed Arcana 72, subclass revisited.
Yeah, because with this Order of Scribes that is in D&D Wikidot, I actually have to use my spell slots to keep my spell book,
I mean,
Oh,
to be fair,
appearing.
it
Oh,
has
does it
been
have
a
like
while.
does it have like a timer?
Yeah, not a timer. I can't conjure it again after a long rest, or else I have to spend any spell slots.
Well, that's not so bad. That just makes it work like
Let's
regular
see.
Find Familiar.
Yeah, but I don't want that. I'm gonna use the one
That's
in Team of
fine.
Annihilation.
I'm pretty sure that one's
copy it.
UA because we ended before TCE was released.
No,
Be right back.
I was previously
Know that?
following the. When I made Kale and Icewind Dale, I swear it was still there. So can I continue on the
May
previous
William's,
one
still be
I'm making, or just
may-
change?
William's not here to
I
ask
don't
that
know.
question too.
No,
no,
it's
this is
box
Kale,
shots,
which
because
is spec shots.
it's Icewind Dale.
Just saying.
Well, isn't the new one just... Is it
Does
you manifest it and it keeps going until it gets killed, or is it when you finish a long rest it disappears and you have to do it again?
That's also weird.
The
It doesn't
spectral
even
mind
give
stuff
you AC
manifesting.
or HP. It doesn't give you AC or HP.
Hold on, let's see. The spectral mind starts manifesting if you several more 300 feet away from you, if someone casts a spell on it, or if the beacon is destroyed, if you die, or if you dismiss it.
5e. I'm opening 5e tools.
Just go down and you can find that one. You can also see the UA version. I think it may have given it might have its own stat block. I'm not sure.
God damn, there's a lot of subclass of wizards.
There's too many.
Yes.
Our lucky lives.
UA one.
To be fair, there's still more cleric ones, so... And about the same amount of warlocks. Now, that doesn't mean you're entirely wrong, because I'd rather them, fix the existing wizard subclasses based on the schools of magic, because your 14th level ability as a transmutation wizard shouldn't be the ability to do the exact same thing you could do before, but permanently now, when the thing from before was absolutely pathetic to begin with, and it costs you your transmutation stone. It's not just something you can do indefinitely now. Your fucking 8 hours to recreate stone gets destroyed when you do it. And it doesn't let you, like, make things, it just lets you convert like-worth materials.
Actually, Wizards has more. Wizards have 24, while Crags have 20.
Oh, did they catch up? That's interesting.
Hot enough so that my chocolate
Possibly.
chips are melting.
We'll put them in a bowl and squish them together and have a chocolate disc. I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
Disney World.
Or just eat them with a spoon. Oh, fun.
That is not a bad idea. That's a fantastic idea. I'm gonna go grab a bowl. Hold on.
Snort them like cocaine.
Oh,
Alright.
God. No, you need cocoa
I said
powder for that.
snort it,
Hell no.
But,
coward.
what was it? I'd still rather see them fix the existing wizards, because I was working on Albrecht Valentius's sheet in my test game. I'm reading the fucking major transmutation ability. It's literally the minor transmutation ability, but it doesn't revert back after an hour, or after a minute, or 10 minutes, or whatever it was. Which wouldn't be so bad if that was actually a useful ability. But it's the only ability I've been able to... I've been searching on Reddits and stuff for this, and I've also been trying to think really hard about uses for it myself, like the regular one, which is you handle it for 10 minutes, it converts to a different material, then after a minute or 10 minutes, whichever it was, it converts back. Everyone appears to be unanimous on the only real thing this is useful for is like turning something into glass or wood and then breaking it to get through. And when it turns back, it'll be fine because it'll still be broken. But even that's like incredibly situational. So just having it be permanent is useless because you're going to be able to break through it in the minute or 2 minutes after you turn it to paper mache or some shit. So it doesn't fucking matter. And it's just a completely useless ability, as well as being the only ability that is transmutation themed. Everything else is a shape changer. Actually, the only thing else is a shape changer ability and some support capability. So it just kind of...
I'm still mad about the scribe's pen.
What's wrong with the scribe's pen? Doesn't that let you like
Visually quell.
Doesn't that let you half your inscribing thing?
No, like the pen you get from like the scribe subclass lets you spend 2 minutes
it
per
equal?
spell level.
5
instead of
minutes,
2
yeah.
hours.
I mean,
The time
if
It's like honestly, it might be objectively the single best wizard subclass. Just because of that, and because it allows you to change the damage. Just cause.
yeah, letting you like just change the damage of one spell each turn, that is pretty good. To any type you want. That basically
It's only to the spell damage that is in your spell list. But with Wizardly Quell, there's gonna be a lot of spells in your spell list.
to
Yeah,
any
exactly.
of them. That and just
that should have just been a rare item. Just let any wizard use it.
that's true.
No, just fuck you. Here's a busted wizard subclass.
What?
So yeah, Wizards of the Coast, things you need to do. Start putting out erratas, not new subclasses, because we need to fix the old ones, goddammit.
See, this is what I keep saying. Like, Wizards of the Coast likes to extremely underpower a class and then give it a viciously overpowered subclass.
Oh, this is amazing.
Maybe I just need to write out that big book of reworks. Just put on DM's Guild or some shit. Like, do you guys want 5e to be less frustrating? Do you want to have cool shit? Well, look at this big book I have for you. Martial classes, magic classes, basic game mechanics, you name it. You will finally be allowed to do cool shit. Instead of being told no, because there's either no rules for that in the book, or because they added one sentence onto a spell or feature that makes that spell and feature completely irrelevant, unfun, and worthless.
Could you imagine if, as a transmutation, you could just turn someone's like beautiful plate mail into glass?
Oh
If,
no.
With 10 minutes, you can. I'm okay with it taking like 10 minutes. That's fine, because it does stop you from doing shit like that in combat, which would be a bit insane. But you should still be allowed to, like, you're a transmutation wizard. You make a fucking philosopher's stone at one point. The entire purpose of alchemy, of transmutation, of that entire fandangle in all of, historical mythology and all of fantasy has been to turn rocks and other base metals and lower quality things into fucking gold. That's been the point. That's been the purpose. That's the whole idea. And they specifically do everything in their power with that subclass to stop you from using it to like make money or make anything useful.
Yeah, because D&D doesn't want you to get too much money.
Then they need to stop giving us 20,000 gold for one dungeon. Like, it's a load of shit that they say that, because it's like, oh yeah, we don't want you to have too much money. By the way, this person's paying you
that's
200
just
gold to
my
kill a bunch of
thought.
goblins.
That's just my idea of what it is. I don't know. If that's
They have this dissonance between their balancing people and their mechanic making people. Like, the people who write the world and like how things actually work, and the people who decide if something's balanced or not, are apparently not communicating with each other. That's what I'm noticing.
Is Gary Gygax still do stuff for Wizards of the Coast?
No, they fired him in like second edition or something like that, or like when it transferred to Wizards of the Coast.
I actually think they bought it on 4th or 5th edition.
Yeah, it was
something.
It was when Wizards of the Coast got a hold that Gary Gygax bailed, or they fired him or something.
Oh no, he's dead.
Well, yeah, he is now, but that's not how he left Wizards of the Coast. He's been dead for like a few years now, hasn't
He died in 2008.
he? Oh, a lot of years. Okay. I was thinking
Wow.
of someone else then.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm looking at these pictures. This dude looks awesome. Gary Gygax. I forgot he was in Futurama.
Yeah. You guys want to play D&D for the next 2,000 years?
And everyone just instantly said yes.
Yeah, why not? Well, that was like...
He rolled the dice to decide what he said in the conversation.
Yeah.
And Al Gore threatened to take them away if he didn't stop playing with them.
I bet they were playing 3.5. That's why everyone agreed. I'm just being a shit with that. God, they were just trying to make it simpler and more accessible, and they just, for some reason, decided they were gonna just neuter it to nothing. I read 3.5 stuff, and it's fucking sickening. The level of nerfing they did, it's just too fucking much. Like, you don't have to get rid of the higher tier stuff for people to understand your game. People who don't understand it and aren't ready to understand it aren't going to encounter it before they're ready, And if they're never going to be ready, then they're just going to stop playing the game by the time you reach those levels anyway. Like,
That just reminded me of that one guy who made that listing with was ludicrously restrictive. I was actually hoping to have a talk with that DM, like ask them what's their opinions on D&D and stuff. So I wanted to know what they were thinking to make those restrictions and why
How
they
many
did it.
times do you think they have to? Do you think they have to clear the D20s off of Gary Gygax's grave?
probably at least once a month, at least. The paladin watching my legendary character known as the Tree Fucker yet again irreversibly alter the nation's gene pool. Well then.
Oh, that's like the one where it's like the little rock creature's like, Daddy! And the ranger's got the dwarf's axe and she's gonna neuter him. And he's like, I have no idea how this happened. And underneath it, it just says, Bards, the template for every half-breed species in D&D.
Just it's really weird that there was zero need for 5th edition to have everything gutted out. They even have the tier system already, so you could literally just have, like, the full mechanics, normal thing, Tier 1 relevance section, Tier 2 relevance section, Tier 3 relevance section, Tier 4 relevance section. Done. That's how you make it where it doesn't overwhelm new players that apparently have 20 IQ. That Wisps Coast believes, at least. Oh yeah, Boxtrot's... Oh, and Payday's missing too.
Yeah. Foxtrots can't join today, and if Payday doesn't join soon, I'm just gonna have to not have the session.
God damn it.
Another day, Orion. You'll die another day.
Oh man, you know, when I designed this dungeon, I actually completely forgot about like the whole desecration gives undead advantage thing. I had actually legitimately forgot about that.
I thought it only gives boosted AC or something, not advantage on attacks. I thought desecration only gives them some like bonus to AC, not advantage to attack.
No, it's it's advantage on attacks.
Then I may have known something that's wrong for a very long time then.
Oh, how nice of this website to put a big giant ad in front of the text. Well, fuck that website, I'm never going to it again.
No, I was wrong. It has advantage on all saving throws. That doesn't make sense. And why is it only undead?
Because desecration means it's suffused with negative energy specifically.
Yeah, but I would think like if it's the opposite of like holy, I would think that like everything that would like the lower planes and shit would really like that.
That's harrowed. Desecration specifically refers to negative energy, so undead and things that are born of that would like it. You'd want harrowing to get like the lower plane stuff like demons and devils and such.
I don't think that's a thing in 5th edition.
Yeah, it is. The hollow spell is also harrow. Hollow or harrow. Harrow spell, not hollow. Words. Same thing. You can hollow or harrow an area. Yeah. makes sense that it work this way, because, like, fiends and such and undead are not the same thing at all. They're very, very different things. Come on, Payday.
Celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead cannot enter the area. Interesting.
Yep. There's also guards and wards in Private Sanctum if you want other spells that do stuff like that.
Huh, weird. For some reason, it says that it does all this stuff that says, like the good part, but doesn't it say like the unholy part? Like you can infuse an area with holy or unholy, but all of the text implicates of holiness.
You can also, the benefits that give to, you can basically choose, there's one line that says like you choose which creatures are affected by this, so you can make it like do the bad things to celestials and the good things for the fiends and such.
Ah.
It's because 5e is stupid from time to time. There used to be a spell called Desecrate that made Desecration, and Hollow/Harrow were separate spells as well.
Can I say that I still hate the I like the genie warlock, but I just don't think it goes in far enough into it. It
It's
doesn't
'cause
lean
they're
enough into
afraid.
the. I like the. All right, I'm gonna say I love the 1st and 6th level abilities. Those are great, amazing. The genie's vessel and the and fly speed for 10 minutes. That's great. And you get permanent resistance to your genie's damage type. The level 10 ability is pretty good. Level 14 ability is I would say maybe one of the best. It's like a limited wish. That's pretty good. But like the spell list is garbage because you don't get conjure. I think it's just because you don't get conjure elementals, and I just really want that.
It really should be there. Yeah, they, I'm pretty sure that when Wizards of the Coast makes expanded spell lists, they don't actually think about it. I think they
I mean-
just toss in the first spells that come to mind.
It's like, why the fuck why is creation one of the spells? Why is Phantasmal Killer one of the spells?
I know why creation is, because I know genies get that. Phantasmal Killer, though, that shouldn't be there.
Like, okay, I can understand like the individual spells for the individual genies, like Spike Growth, Meld into Stone, Stone Shape, Wall of Stone for Tao. That's perfectly fine. Genie get Thunder Wave, Gust of Wind, Wind Wall, Greater Invisibility, and Seeming. That's all fine. Ifriti, Fire Spell, Fire Spell, Fire Spell, Fire Spell, Fire Spell. Great. Merid gets a bunch of water and cold shit. And also Blur for some reason.
I don't know why Blur, but
But why
the
is-
Ifriti's
but
actually
why-
done a little bit wrong, though. They should have, like, Fabricate in there. Because Ifriti
Yeah.
are known for their craftsmanship. It's legendary.
No, they're legendary for enslaving craftsmen.
No, they also are good craftsmen. Like Ifriti,
No, the-
Azer, whole deal.
Ifriti don't. I don't think that in the 5th edition, Ifriti actually make anything themselves. They just enslave other creatures to do it for them. They just kill shit.
Great.
Let's see. Efreeti, haughty and cruel, spiteful slavers, planar raiders. Yeah, they're just asshole slavers. the salamanders and the Azer are the ones that actually build their stuff.
This is the only thing I have to look forward to in the week.
No, you don't look forward to Rhyme?
I'm talking about the D&D I play
shit.
every week. That's the only thing I have to look forward to.
Why do genies get phantasmal force?
I don't know.
What does that do again, the spell?
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
I'm
It
so
should-
bad freaking.
It should really be an enchantment, not an illusion, to be fair, but yeah, because an illusion would be something that is actually created in the world space that, anyone can see and interact with. I think Wizards of the Coast, people that have the writing stuff, they've forgotten the difference and don't want to read their own, materials that says this shit. But, yeah, an illusion would be an actual, hologram or sound or, an image or sound or something created in the world space that anything that can perceive would be able to perceive because it's there, it's something you can look at, it's a construct of illusionary magic. Enchantment is an actual changing of the mind. So it's really weird that Phantasmal Force is not enchantment.
What does it even do?
It creates a tulpa effect, so you can see it, you can sense it, and you completely think it's real, and it is real to you. You'll take psychic damage if it hurts you. But no one else can, because it's not there for anyone else. So it's really good if you want to make Slenderman in D&D. So just a sentient phantasmal force effect. That's how you do it.
I'm looking up this thing. It's like describing the different schools of magic. Conjuration, in quotes, pulling a rabbit from a hat. School of Necromancy, in quotes, so nice of you to join us again. School of Evocation, in quotes, Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Oh,
there-
that's hilarious.
I want to see this.
Here, I'll put it in general.
Yeah.
There
But
you go.
the Kamehameha is a good example of a good evocation spell. It would be... Well, actually, the Kamehameha Wave is more of a monk ability, but Naruto's ninjutsus, those are fantastic examples of D&D spells. And what little bit of magic they showed in the first Harry Potter movie when they were actually teaching them. That's a pretty good example of D&D style magic because they had verbal components and somatic components. You had to do the specific movement with the wand and you had to speak the very specific phrase. And the ninjutsus in early Naruto where they have to make the hand signs and call them out in order to do it.
Funny thing is, they don't actually have to call it out.
That's true.
They specifically say during the fight on the bridge against Haku, Naruto, you dumbass, why are you yelling it out loud for them to know what you're doing?
Meanwhile, earlier in that same episode.
I think a lot of what they do is a lot of when they do that, it's just for the audience's benefit, it's in their head as thoughts.
Probably. It doesn't help that both the characters involved are wearing masks.
Yeah.
But
Can I just say Conan is like one of the most overpowered characters in that series?
Oh, what, all the paper? Just paper
Yeah.
everywhere. So much paper.
She made 100 million paper bombs. Oh, god damn.
Yeah, that'd be kind of dangerous. That's
10 minutes of non-stop explosive explosions.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was plot armor bullshit that made her possible to be beat with that, because you have to remember, in Naruto, they don't have superhuman durability. Only like the real freaky ones, like Jugo or the Bone Guy and such, have that. Most characters don't actually have any sort of superhuman damage resistance.
Yeah.
So she only needs like 6 of those paper bombs in like a diamond formation around someone to kill them, and they can't avoid it.
Yeah.
And she folds them into little paper birds that move quickly and detonate themselves. So,
Yeah. The explanation they give is like the most horseshit thing ever. It's like all they do is it's like, oh, something's going on. Well, I guess the Sharingan has a new ability for no reason.
yeah. Like I said, it was plot armor.
I mean, at the very least, some of those are like, oh, if you use this, your eye is just gone. No, do not get it back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh yeah, the one where you genjutsu yourself into not believing you're dead, so you don't die.
Yeah, because that's how he survived the paper bombs. Just one of his eyes was destroyed. Like he destroyed it. It's gone.
And of course he had like 20 of them.
There's so many. What's his name? Donzo did, but the guy fighting Conan didn't. He only had his 2 eyes.
I was thinking of the wrong person then. But where's my brain? My brain, please. Oh. Nah, it's gone. The thought is completely gone. Great. Just great. I love that.
There's a lot of things that I could complain about with Naruto, especially in like the later things. But that's just because like a lot of that might be considered bad writing. A lot of it might be considered, I want this done with. It's taken 40 years of my life. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, the guy, he got married, and then he had to wait 20 years for his honeymoon. Because he had to wait for Naruto to be over.
Damn.
And you can really tell, too, because, like, if you look... Because he said, like, in one of his earlier things, like, his worst habit is too much detail on a character design.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you look at some of the earlier designs for Sasuke, he's kind of different, but like the biggest thing is he has a necklace that has 5 paper charms on it.
Yep. I remember.
Each one with like a kanji or something. And he said I had to get rid of it because like if I had to draw that for the next 5,000 chapters, I'd go on a murder spree. And then like you look at the evolution of the outfits. You go from Naruto,
They simplify.
like he's got the incredibly intricate thing. Like he's got like the white collar, the thing on his arm with like the dangly bit, like all those white accents on his outfit, like at the sleeves and then the middle. He's got the mark on his back and all that shit.
Yep.
And then you look, that's why the Hitayate, the headband, got created, by the way, because he's like, oh, I'm just gonna have him wear goggles. Okay, this is starting to kill my wrist. Fuck that. Easy headband. And then you look at Shippuden, where he switches to a much more basic outfit. Just regular jumpsuit, black on orange. let's go. And every single character you look at does that as well. Like you go from Hinata's, like very,
The one with the fur on it.
yeah, like
I know for a
her
fact is
fur
hard
jacket.
to draw. I know for a fact that shit is hard to draw. Not like
Yeah,
difficult,
like
but
her-
like it hurts the wrist.
Yeah, and then you go to like Shino, and he's got like that bit gigantic coat, and then in the time skip, he's got the even bigger coat where all you can see is his glasses, not like his hair or anything, just his glasses.
Yep.
And I don't think you ever actually see him once without his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, but that's
Uh,
just. I think that part was running gag because you just see less and less of
and
Shino
then-
even when he's on screen.
And then you go to Tenten. She goes from that pink kaipo dress with like all those gold bars across the front to just that to the red and white kimono with like no detail on it whatsoever. And then you get to the end of the whole thing, where almost every single character is wearing the exact same thing. They're wearing, depending on the village, they're every single ninja from the Leaf Village is wearing the exact same thing. You could see like Sakura, like Kiba, Hinata, all of them when they're talking at the end about becoming Hokage, they're all wearing the exact same outfit. The blue pants, or no, the gray, was it gray or green pants?
The war outfit. I know what you're
Yeah, the
talking
black
about.
pants-
Basically,
black
Kakashi's
pants.
outfit.
Yeah, black pants, long blue shirt, green vest. That's it.
Yep. That was also to
Because
make it
he
easier on
said-
the animators.
Yeah, because like the way he put it is, I can just draw like with how many people I need. I can just draw 1,000 of them and be like, oh, I forgot this character. All right, erase this one person's head, and put their head on there.
Yep.
Instead of being like, oh, I have to erase the entire character, and draw the whole thing.
Yep. That does help a lot. On a side note, rewinding a bit, God fuck Teal's goddamn bear pelt. Not getting rid of it, but goddamn, that thing is evil.
How much would it be for me to ask you to draw Teal in like a taxidermist shop, just like good.
Oh fuck, a taxidermist
Ev-
shop?
Everything is falling into place.
Oh god,
I'm kidding.
that background, I'd have to charge a lot, because a taxidermist shop I know for a fact is stacked with stuff.
Yeah, like an assload of pelts, like wooden frames, tools,
I would have to do like,
bats.
yeah, there would be just tables, shelves, drawers, some open, some closed, boxes full of things, pelts
You wanna know
everywhere,
something really,
finished
really funny?
animals. Yeah.
The artwork I had commissioned for the Smith, is actually very similar to that. Where, I had like I asked him to do like a very simple design for the character, trousers, leather apron, gloves up to like mid bicep, just working on something, and then I asked for a very intricate background.
Yeah, because his works are more important than he is the idea.
Yep, that is the literal entire purpose of this character.
Ah.
I think I kind of like I had a moment with the Smith that was supposed to be really, really poignant. I think is the word I want to use, but it was kind of ruined because of my internet connection at the time. Because like right as he was I think it was like the last time you see him,
Oh yeah, it was
He
when
te- he tells you his name. He told you guys his name,
but we never heard it.
but because it cut out. And I remember Ghost saying who, because I thought he was like, oh wait, who is that? I thought he was like actually being like who. I didn't know he didn't hear what I said, and I just was like, the Smith goes, exactly. I can tell you his name now if you want.
You can, yes.
Eh. Do you want me to?
I'm pretty sure you're going to, yes.
If you don't want to,
Huh.
preserve the mystery.
William, say the name. God damn it, I'm trying to be cheeky.
So am I. His name was Nalmas Ogala.
Oh yeah, we never heard
Who?
that. There he goes. There's Ghost again with that. Ooh.
That was it. Nalmas Ogala.
Yep. You guys still don't know Olivia's name.
What do you mean you don't know Olivia's name?
Don't worry about
You
it.
just said it.
No, don't worry about it.
It'll
Oh
be
no,
long.
it's Texas.
I hope that William breaks Sprocket just a little bit more, because then I'm going to have the groundworks for a BBG, for a sort of a campaign I've been planning for quite a while now.
But
Arthur William?
isn't he gonna take these memories and throw them into a fire?
Not if he gets broken enough.
Oh,
If he goes
Do this.
down far enough into the rabbit hole so that his alignment goes from lawful neutral down on all the way to lawful evil, he will, instead of getting rid of these memories because he doesn't want himself to remember these anymore, he will go out and he will start plotting against, like, he's going to start creating, trying to rule the multiverse to try and protect it.
Ah,
I'm
they're going with
90%
that
sure.
approach.
that's a hell of a left turn right there.
If he can't protect with
It's the
defense,
protect you from
he will
yourselves
protect with
bit.
offense.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a turn, just by being beaten by a bunch of naked men.
No, he's not there yet. He's starting to question his methods by getting the shit kicked out of him by
Beaten
a bunch of
by
naked men.
Okay, then.
I feel so bad.
Oh no, this
He's
is
like,
amazing.
Sprocket.
You should.
Sprocket's been in Barovia for like 3 days at this point, and he's already contemplating ending all of existence.
No, he hasn't gone there yet.
Okay, he's
It's just so-
contemplating enslaving all of existence.
No, so his right now where Sprocket's at is how effective are my methods really? Because
Well, they were pretty fucking effective against Otto and Calcos.
yes, they were. Oh, that was certainly a combat.
I got so mad about that because that was back when armor was still UA and you just got infinite temp HP. So I'm like, oh, okay, you just get your thing back. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I guess I'll not. He's like, that is insanely broken.
Why can't I keep doing that?
Because it's broken. That's
But
basically just
infinite temp HP.
yeah, because that's basically like as long as you take a low enough amounts of damage, you could literally just stand there. You could literally just lay there like reading a fucking book or something while a bunch of people try and kill you.
Well,
He
the problem
is
is
a
that
living wall.
that eventually leads to the point of how powerful is what attaches your armor to your body? At what point do 4 people hold you down and break out the crowbars?
At what point do they get a glass of water?
They don't know that.
Don't get a glass of water. Don't do that.
I'll rust your armor, fucker. See how effective it is then.
I'm gonna throw salt at you.
No.
No.
He's a good boy and he loves bagels.
Yeah. Ah, that's quite a Louisiana man right there. No, it's a Florida
I
man.
will say, I think that the death of Rose was actually like the single saltiest I've ever been. Because I'm like, God damn it. I don't know why.
We haven't had a mass death like that in a while.
No, you guys just had like 15 little ones.
I genuinely thought that last encounter could have been a TPK.
Oh, very much
Uh,
so.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys.
Oh, the Willis one
Uh,
looks
You had
bad.
conjure animals.
Wait, what'd you say, Freaky?
The Will-O-Wisp encounter we're in looks bad.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be completely honest. If Burra had or Simon had gone down like at that point, Kitten would have just fucking run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
I got very lucky that box shots rolled nat 20.
I was considering the grab Leo and fucking bail if it became obvious that everyone at that lower part of the map had gone down and was not getting up again.
I'm pretty sure like 3 people have died.
Yeah.
God, when Mockshots was talking about how you put the potion in my mouth and he paused, my heart just stopped. It's like, whoa, no.
Me rolling fucking 4D chess in my brain for that entire combat, just sitting here. Like, okay, we could still get everyone out of this. Okay, one person's going to die. Okay, 2 people are going to die. Okay, escape strategy time.
Honestly, I was surprised when Simon, instead
Nat
of
20.
instead of healing Kale, he like, oh no, I'm gonna kill the thing. Worked out.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
Yes.
doing?
Wait, was
Because I
that?
remember something.
Yeah, that was after Orion got revived.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
that was
I
went
remember
before.
something.
Oh,
It was after
Yeah.
Simon got revived, but it was before Orion.
I got it myself.
Which,
Yeah,
what
but I
this...
remember that I should have. I remembered that I should get rid of the threat first before healing someone. Because just gonna go down either way.
yeah, it,
And I'm lucky that that thing only needs 1 hit to kill, to die.
One thing that didn't help is most of the monsters in that combat were ungrappleable and could not be knocked prone. So Burra couldn't do her fucking field control of you, other side of the fucking map, now, on the ground. You're not going anywhere. So
on the ground. Put your hands behind your head.
couldn't bully those things because they were slime.
I was like one of the things that got me was about like the ice monster, about how it had the ice breath, which had a recharge, but it also had the ice javelin, which had a recharge. And I'm like, I don't think there's a single other monster that gets 2 of those. Which I'm gonna assume they share the same. They share the same recharge.
No, I saw the sheet. They were separate, but it is weaker than most other recharge abilities in the game as well.
Which also I'm surprised that Buckshot didn't try to spam it. Maybe he was feeling very pity. Because I remember him getting a 6.
Yeah. That thing... I think Boxrot's like miscalculated some damage somewhere because it only had 160 something HP. It had non-magical damage resistance though, but Orion's gun was magical and did about 80 damage.
Instantly dealt
correct?
damage.
Orion did 104 damage total. I
So,
calculated that.
Yeah, it should have died much sooner then because we did well
And then-
over 60
Yeah,
magic
but-
damage.
I think Kitten did an additional 14 to it right at the start.
And Burrow was
Man.
averaging.
I would have wished
10.
for Sylvester to do the one to do
I
final blow.
genuinely thought that it was a shield guardian with ice on it or something.
That would have been cool.
That was a concerning prospect of what if it was.
Yeah.
And it was like Boxtrot's descriptions of its damage state were also hurting because, like, the first time I asked and the second time I asked, if he had described it as not as like still having a good bit of fight in it, Burr would have fucking left and went to bat and like taken Leone with her and went to back up Kitten, and then we could have used that corner as a fucking bottleneck because it would provide cover from the breath and all that. But we couldn't do that unless we were regrouped.
I think Boxshot thought that because Orion was doing that much amount of damage, he probably thought that it's gonna go down very quickly.
Yeah, for some reason Boxtrot's was thinking, oh, you describe how damaged a creature looks based off of the damage output of the party and not based off of flat numbers. Which is a really weird way to do that, because we're not describing how many more rounds can this take, we're asking how does it look.
Also, it might have Legion. I'm not sure about that.
It didn't.
Okay. Imagine if it did, though.
That would have been very, very bad.
What was its AC?
18.
Fuck, I was bloody lucky.
Yeah, I thought it was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
it was a
got,
mixture
like,
of
I think like
most of us
almost
doing
all,
bad roll.
I think Orion, I think of the like 7 attack rolls he did, I think like 5 of them were 19s. And then you had the 1 natural 20.
So I had 5 attacks against that ice one. Because it was my reaction attack and then 4 blasts. And then 1 was an 11. And 1 was a nat 20. And then there were the 2 attacks I made against the big slime, which 1 hit and the other was a nat 1.
And you're gonna judge.
How much HP did the little slimes have?
I didn't see their sheets.
Okay.
I only wanted to see the
So
big guys because I was thinking about using it for something.
Because I know for a fact that like one of them took like 25 damage, and then I think Comical killed one of them with just like 19 damage.
It's my assumption that, assuming Boxtrots took my advice on homebrew monster making, he based off another creature sheet, in which case it's probably like most other oozes, where they had about 30 to 50 HP.
Yeah.
I think the one that I hit was already very low, and
No,
the damage
the
from
one you
Orion?
the one you hit had not been damaged yet. The
No,
only damage
no?
it took was Orion's gun butt. 'Cause it was the bottom one.
Which was
Oh.
4 reduced to 2.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, you still had the damage, so it was still 4.
Oh.
Because your gun was magical.
No, I'm pretty sure on repeating shot it specifically
Yeah,
says the
range
only
range
the
attacks are magical, but melees are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to make sparkers for Burrow. A little bit of ranged elemental damage would have helped a lot in that.
I mean, you have the force thing.
Yeah, I get 3 shots with that, or 1 shot, or 2 shots. I get 3 or fewer shots with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I need something a bit more reliable for my multi-attack and all that.
Get you that oversized longbow.
Nah, that's not Burrow. The Sparkers would work better. Because it'd be for Burrow, it's 1d4 plus strength on impact. Or is it 1 plus strength? It's an improvised weapon, so it's 1d4 plus strength. So that's at least 6 damage from that. And then 5 from the fire damage, because it will immediately ignite due to a little bit of alchemist fire mixed with the oil. And the next round, and then on its turn, it would take fire damage. So we're at 16 damage, and then 1 more. So 21 damage over 3 rounds is what a Sparker does if you have a +5 strength character. It can be up to 27, so they're kind of dangerous. You could also do this with, like, regular oil vials. You just need someone else to light them. Or just be standing near a flame. Also, it's something I need to remember about the brazier of fire elementals. It's while a fire burns within this brazier, so I need to make sure I carry, like, charcoal or something with fortune.
Freaky.
Yeah.
Look at shit posting.
Okay.
I just posted something. I like how people make Ethan look, because like I just really like the designs, because no one knows what his actual face looks like.
Oh, they
Like,
do, but yeah, not from just playing the game. You can see his face, like, it's fully rendered and everything. It's just they don't show it in the game itself.
So you have to, like, hack the game and, like, move the camera.
Yeah.
Move the character.
Like, if you look up Ethan Winters on Google Images right now, you'll just see his in-game model just right there. But yeah, Ethan Winters is fucking wet paper. It's literally, they did his whole story, they introduced him as a character and killed him off without ever showing his face or explaining who he was or anything. And he wasn't supposed to be the big mysterious type either. He was a short-tempered loudmouth.
I think a lot of it is the fact that he's not the important one. Mia and Rose are the important ones.
In the first game, Mia is moderately important. In the second game, Mia is not important at all, and Rose is an infant, so she has no personality of her own.
Yeah. In the 7th game, Ethan, I will say, like, he is not that important in the first game, in 7. Because, like, because it's just him going to someplace. He's basically a Silent Hill protagonist. Like, he's not what's important. The area and, like, what's going on is. He's just someone trapped by circumstance. Like, Mia, because she's like she was a member of the Connections, or whatever you want to call it, like that Lucas was as well, and like she was like a scientist or some shit, like a handler of bioweapons, and like it's her entire fault that like the whole game happened and shit like that. She is far more important, and the fact that, like, other than the confirmation of, oh yeah, she was a member of the Connections, nothing, not even anything in the second game.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is the second game, I think maybe it's because COVID fucked them over here, but in the second game, the first game, they told you a bit about Mia, they made out Mia to be important, they told you a bit about her thing. We got some Mia information. We never got anything about Ethan. It's like, okay, well, there's another game. There's more Ethan to come, and we'll learn more about Ethan. Why is Ethan important? What happened to Ethan as a result of this? Is there anything behind Ethan's loud mouth and short temper, or is that his only defining quality?
What it is that, like I said, he's a Silent Hill protagonist. Like, who he was doesn't really matter. And the only reason, like, the only reason he's brought into the game is because of his connection to Mia, the fact that they are husband and wife, which would be an interesting story in and of itself. Like, how does this perfectly normal Joe become married to a member of what is essentially the Illuminati?
What I'm saying is, he's the main playable protagonist of the game.
I get that.
And you don't just explain nothing about him, then kill him off when he's supposed to be a character. Like, he's not a Skyrim protagonist. He's not like someone you choose the
Lots of
dialogue
games do
options
that,
for.
though.
Yeah, but those games usually have character creators and let the player choose the dialogue options.
Dead Space, Resistance, Fall of Man,
Isaac of Dead Space actually had more of his own personality and more of his own history. You knew who he was, where he came from, and things
not
like
in the
that.
first game.
True, but they were planning to make a second game from the start, so we were going to get more Isaac.
Yeah.
The third game was unplanned.
Yeah. Third game we do not count.
We don't talk about that. But, like, with Ethan, either they weren't planning to kill him off in Resident Evil 8, or he was just a completely wasted character. He was literally just the vehicle for he was just the interface for the controller. That's all he amounted to in the 2 games he
I'm
appeared
pretty
in.
sure that's what it was.
That is complete waste and bad game design then. Or bad character design, not bad game design, because well, no, it was kind of bad game design too, because Ethan couldn't even do that job right in Resident Evil 8 because he moved like a fucking snail and is very unresponsive to your controls. So,
Once you get, like, Resident Evil 7 was way worse, though, even if you had the shoes. As long as you got, like, all the movement upgrades from, like, the food, he was way better and way more responsive.
well, 2 problems with that. Resident Evil 7, the slow movement didn't hurt as bad because it was a much smaller, more cramped map because you're moving throughout a household and sometimes a ship. Resident Evil 8, there was a lot more movement and it was much more like run and gun combat. Resident Evil 8 was much more combat focused. It was a bit more of a shooter than a horror in many areas.
That boulder punching asshole.
Yeah, you boulder punching
Heisenberg
asshole.
quote. I still love that because it implies one of several things.
That was canon.
Yes, no, there's no way that wasn't canon because, like, number one, like, the fact that, like, that boulder punch, him punching a boulder, was somehow so famous that even a guy who has been there for decades in buttfuck nowhere Romania knows about that.
Yeah.
Like, that means that, like, people know about his fight with Wesker in the volcano. When there's only 2 people who were there, there were 3 people who were there who know about him punching the boulder, and one of them is dead. That means that Chris or Sheva gave their report about what happened to the BSAA, and they spread that information like goddamn butter on toast.
I'm 90% sure that either Sheva or Chris bragged about the fucking hooking a boulder off a cliff, because that's not something you keep to yourself.
I don't see the Chris of Resident Evil 5 and 6 doing that.
It was definitely Shiva then.
Yeah.
But then we have the fact that Heisenberg is the one that says it. Heisenberg strikes me as we've been infiltrated. I'm not going to tell Miranda about that. Who's infiltrating us? These people? Let's do some research.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
even if he did, the fact of the matter is, like, this happens within the span of, like, how long did they know about this? Because they had Evie. Evie was, what, 10 years old? 11, 12?
Yeah.
So that means Oswald Spencer knew them for at least 60 years. They knew about Oswald Spencer for about 60 years because the letter he wrote was penned before the creation of Umbrella, which was before the discovery of it was after the discovery of the flower in Africa, which was the 1950s.
Yeah, there was more than
40s.
one letter, but yeah, there was one before and one after.
Yes. So they knew about that for like 60, 80 years. Then there's Evie. She said, oh, I gave them some megamycete, and she's like 10, 12, so they knew about that. And then, but I'm led to believe that the events of the game from the very start of what's her name telling the story to Ethan dying is like maybe at absolute physical most a week, like 2 days maybe, because of the shot to the head, because of infiltration, then bringing it, then transportation, and then him waking up. Because the way the events seem to work is around like maybe 8 or 9 p.m. They sit down to have dinner after putting Rose to sleep. The things happen. They're being transported, and then about 5 a.m. they are interrupted by Miranda, and then he wakes up like in the snow because it's dawn when he crests that hill, and like he spends the whole day going through the game, and then like he's dead for the entire night basically, and then it's dawn again when the game ends. So it's like maybe 35 hours, 34, 35.
Something to consider.
Yeah.
One, that is
So,
is enough time for someone to do research, because it would only take you about 4 hours to do enough research there if you're a smart person.
But the thing is, how did he get? Because I'm pretty sure you can't just Google classified bioweapon fight in the middle of a volcano.
That's where we go to part 2. We see him turn televisions on and off from great distances. We never see like a microphone or transition area, yet he can speak to you over megaphones and such.
It's because he has access to magnets.
Yeah, what I was saying is...
all those old TVs are the types with like the big lead plate in them to protect you from radiation, like the really old CRTs. So it's the same as Enel's power from
that's what I was going into.
One Piece, where he can just like fuck with shit. Like he could probably hear everything that's going on through radio waves throughout the entire game.
That's what I was talking about. Like, he's a technopath, basically. He can probably just tap right into their satellite transmissions and figure out, okay, it's here. I set this frequency on my device, and now I can browse their data.
That might be a bit of a stretch, because like he can't like do, because I don't think just him tasing a computer would let him have that information.
Well, that's not what's happening. He can pick up the electromagnetic signals and probably, and considering he's a bit older, so he's probably figured out this power, he's probably figured out this power enough to where he knows, like, okay, this signal feels like this, so I set it to that, and now I have access to that data. It's not in his head, like, he's just using that as a reference point to know what to set up his transceiver on his actual computer or whatever, too. Like, that's how he's finding the signal and letting him get through a lot of security and stuff. Possibly.
Maybe, but...
the thing
thought is, like, how does he get past, like, all the firewalls and shit that might arise from that?
And that's where we probably have to go into, like, the bullshit of villains in Resident Evil, where, how did Lucas fucking do it?
Oh, no, he's a certified tech genius.
And like, Heisenberg
it's well established that he's a... I'm sorry?
And Heisenberg isn't? He created mind control headbands.
He's not a tech genius, he's a mechanical genius.
I'm pretty sure it's tech to make mind control bands.
I have to play it again, like, to look at the mechanics of it, because I'm pretty sure he did. But most of it is, like, I think, if I remember, most of it is the parasite that replaces the heart on those things obeying him, I think.
Maybe.
I have to go through it again.
I remember it being the visors he has over their eyes. Those aren't for protective reasons, they just so happen to have a protective capability. They're the mind control things. There's also a big chance that it's just not explained at all. Let's not dance completely over that part of this.
You know, a huge thing of TV show and video game logic is they might just not have thought of that.
Fun fact, Resident Evil 8 came with a multiplayer mode. People stopped talking about it about a week after it came out. And we've not heard about it since.
I was actually about to ask you what the hell you're talking about.
It's because, yeah, you forgot.
What is it called? I don't even remember.
It's like Resident Evil Rise or some shit like that.
Oh no, it was Reverse.
Oh, that's right, so it's Resident Evil Universe, but... Yeah.
Oh, it was just a free-for-all 6-player game where you just have to kill everyone.
Yeah,
I
but
think
they didn't
be
do
the
it
last
very
survivor.
well. Yeah. If I remember right, it was Hunk is completely overpowered because he's got a cloaking device.
Yeah, because he's fucking hunk.
That's true. It's very true. But I meant like in multiplayer meta.
Yeah.
Not like that's why they gave him it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't strike me as a cloaking device kind of guy. It's really weird that he has that. I would think it's I don't know, just give him an ability called Try Hard. It just gives you aim assist. It's just Hunk putting in real effort.
Okay, so I guess they actually are, in fact, control units. Because it says, like, you could destroy the control units on their heads.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Resident Evil speculation with William, my favorite.
That was a massive ass factory, though.
It was. It was passed down through his family for generations, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It says, it doesn't allow him to control them. It just helps to stabilize their neural activity, which allows them to take commands instead of just being berserk skid marks.
Well, okay then. That's something. I think that's still
Those
cool.
jet assholes were the fucking at.
What? Because they had jet engines?
Like the jet and the Panzer were like the biggest pains in the ass. Like Zwei is a close second because the fact that they had theirs on their back instead of their chest.
I like how he couldn't decide if he wanted them to all be German or Russian themed in their names.
No, they're all German.
Soldat is Russian.
No, Soldat is German for soldier.
Damn it, Boris! Okay, I've been lied to. Moving on.
I mean, it could also be Russian.
Boris, you have lied to me. This is not cheeky, my Ricky.
There's a lot of words that are the same in several languages.
That's true.
Not very cheeky preaky of you.
By the way, my cheeky has not been breaky.
That reminds me of I don't know why, but you just reminded me of it. I think I've talked about this before, but the Japanese baseball game where like the guy gets a home run and the announcer is like, that ball is long gone, just like ex-girlfriend, and is never coming back.
Damn.
Ouch.
Just going for the throat, man. Break those hearts.
Hang on.
Alright, well, since
Oh, here it is. It is. Though this ball is long gone, just like the ex-girlfriend who will never return. Home run.
alright, well, since I don't think there's gonna be a game
Yeah.
today. I'll head
Hang
out.
on, hang on. I just
Oh.
posted it in shit posting. There it is.
Okay.
It's 30 seconds long.
Well, I guess I'll be deleting the stream VOD. Goodbye, people who are not here. I guess somebody was. Had 2 viewers for a while there.